Hey guys, Agent Cyder here with another Division video, and this time we're going to be looking at continuing the short series which I'm doing on ways to make builds in 1.8 for PvE content. So just to recap, that this build what I'm going to show you here is not the best way to do it, it's not the only way to do it, it's just the way that works. Okay, the majority of the builds what we do have now, there is no best way to do it, there is no ultimate way to do it. There are several ways which can make these builds work. So with that out of the way, the build what we're going to look at today is the Reclaimer build. So as you can see here, we've got the 6 set bonus. So just to quickly go over it for those of you who did get it in the last GE or over the last weekend. The 2 set bonus is support station range, 3 set support station duration, and then the 4-piece Reclaimer gives us the life support, the immunizer and the ammo box all rolled into one. So of course this set has always been a support build. With the changes post, I think it was 1.5, where the consumables were taken away from the Reclaimer, this has been a pure support station build. So that's the 4-piece. 5-piece is more range and duration. Then the 6-piece is where this build really does come to life. So 50% support station health. Once we get onto the improved Reclaimer, this isn't such an important feature here, but the 100% support station healing speed is a very good bonus to have. And the improved Reclaimer, what we've got down here, basically to break this down here, if you put 9k electronics on and an enemy destroys your support station, you'll be able to put it straight back down again instantly, so there is no cooldown on it. If you don't have 9k electronics, you will have a reduced chance of that happening. Okay, so to go through the stats which I've got here, as you can see we've got the 9k electronics over here. Some people go all the way up to 10k electronics and it is a pure healing station. I've actually put a small amount of firearms onto my build. Some people stack the rest of it into stamina. Once again, it's totally up to you how you want to make this build. If you do put 10k electronics down, however, chances are you won't be able to use the highest gear score weapons. So you will need the 204 blueprints for your chosen weapon. Okay, so to go through the gear, I'm going to go through this reasonably quickly. The majority of this is going to be stacked for electronics and firearms mods. Okay, so firearms mods with skill haste, got some more health on there. Kill XP, again extra skill power, roll for electronics, more electronics and skill power once again. The performance mods what I've got on this guy here, again there's generally 2 that you can choose from, either support station range or support station healing speed. So those are the 2 what you can generally choose from. The duration, I'll show you a little bit later on why you don't particularly need duration mods. But again we've gone for firearms and skill power. Backpack again rolled for electronics, firearms and skill power, some more range, assault rifle damage, skill haste again where we can, and the healing speed mod just to finish the mods off there. Okay, so that's the gear itself. So the weapons that I've gone for here, again there's different styles that you can actually play this build. But I've gone for the LVOA, and as you can see it is a 256 plus weapon, but it is the highest gear score weapon that we can have. And the 2 what most people go for, 2 talents, which are, I wouldn't say required for this build, but they really do complement it, are talented and determined. So those are 2 traditional skill build weapon talents. And the other one what I've gone for is competent. The secondary weapon what I've got on this character, again supporting the team, certainly during harder content, I've gone for the Midas. Again with talented and determined, For those of you who don't know what the Midas does, basically every hit that I make, up to 20%, it reduces my damage by 20%, and then the enemy's damage as well. So although I won't be doing any damage, my teammates will have more protection from the enemy that we're trying to take down. Okay, so going through the abilities then, the skills to start with. Like I say, the main one here is obviously the support station. It is an absolute must-have for this build. So healing speed, the healing rate is 25,000 hit points per second. So just to put that into context, the striker build which I've got on this character as well has 332k hit points. So healing at 25k, it would take about 13 seconds to go from 1 hit point right the way up to maximum. So that's how quickly it is actually healing. So the range, it's 12.5 meters. Lifetime is 135 seconds. So if you just remember, it's about 130 seconds. Remember that, and then we'll go through the talents very shortly. Yeah, so the cooldown is 19.5 seconds. Again, if we tell our teammates that we do need a couple of kills, and we can always get determined procced, that will cool that down for us as well. So the second skill that we could use, if we are in a team, the defibrillator does always come in handy. Again, if our teammates are going to go down or they do need a heal, the defib will give those the best heal. If I'm trying to get my skills back a little bit quicker using the triage talent, which I'll show you in a second, might want to swap that out for the overdose, so it's guaranteed to actually heal my teammates even if they're at full health. So as you can see, it does do some real good healing. So that's if I'm in a team. If I'm actually running by myself, because this is a reasonably viable build to be running solo, maybe not for the harder content, but you can certainly solo legendaries with the Reclaimer build. If you put a sniper rifle on, you do some serious damage because of such high electronics. So going on back onto the electronics, because they are so high, see here that the pulse that we actually have is really good. So 30% crit chance, 40% damage with a 30-second cooldown. So as you can see, the pulses do last for 20 seconds. So if we are getting a few kills using the determined talent, it is going to come back pretty quick. That. So the talents themselves then, again, if I'm running in a team, it's the pretty much standard ones for a healer. So it's triage, battle buddy, combat medic, and then the main one for any skill build where you have deployed skills is tech support. So kill a hostile while any skill is deployed to extend the active skills duration by 10%. So going back to our Reclaimer box, it lasts for 130 seconds, 10% would extend it by 13 seconds. So it really does pay benefits that. Again, if the box is getting a little bit low, we can always tell our teammates that we do need a couple of kills to activate our tech support, and that will extend the box's duration. So just have a look through the character sheet then. So as we can see here, we've got our crit chance 8%. Just remember that with the pulse, that's another 30%, and 40% on the crit damage. I really do like stability and reload speed on the majority of my builds now. We do have a little bit of base damage improvement, 12% damage to elite, 30% enemy armor damage, and skill haste is 22%. So just remember that the ammo box does actually give you an extra 15% skill haste, so that will be 37%. Again, some people do push that out to 35% base skill haste. But in my experience, I've never actually needed the skills to come back any quicker. And then we'll just have a couple of small resistances down here, and as you can see, we've actually got a little bit of increased kill XP on this build. Okay guys, so that's the build itself. But what I'll do now is I'll just show you a little bit of gameplay here. So the first bit is going to be Bullet King. One thing I did actually do while I was doing this was just let him hit me a good few times, just so that you can see the quickness that it does actually heal me at. The second part of the gameplay I'll show you will be Dragon's Nest. So I just soloed the first section of it, just to show you how good a immunity it gives you and how good a protection against exotic damage. And the last bit of gameplay will just be a little bit of team play, just to show you once again how quickly it can actually heal teammates. Two.
Got him. Thank you.
Hang tight. Backup's almost in your position.
Okay guys, so there we go. That was just a little bit of gameplay just to show the power of the Reclaimer. So this is a absolutely superb gear set, and I have one of these on all my characters just for the support role, because it is almost a perfect healer. So I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy it, please do give us a like and a subscribe. It's Elites Gaming on YouTube. Come over and visit us on Facebook. It's the Division Elites. Until next time, this is Agent Cyder signing off.